Hi, learners. I'm Miss T. And before we start with today's lesson, I want you to tell me what makes you feel beautiful. How does being African make you feel? How does being black make you feel? What are some of the challenges that come with your skin color? Can we, as all human beings, truly get along, truly live together, truly work together without categorizing each other as whether or not we're black, white, Indians, or colored? Now, I need you to raise up your hands. I'm going to choose some of you, and I need you to tell me what makes you feel beautiful and how would you define beauty? Do you think we have a say in how other people feel about themselves? Would you say that you have a say in how, when I say I'm beautiful, do you think you have a say to say, no, she's not beautiful? Does your opinion have to take priority in my perception of who I am? Now, I'm just going to be, okay, Kando, what does beauty mean to you and what makes you feel beautiful? Does compliments from people tell you that, oh, I'm beautiful, and people see you in the streets and say, oh, hi, you're so beautiful? Does that make you feel beautiful? Or is it when you have a new hairstyle on, or when you just look in the mirror and you look at yourself, do you feel beautiful? And what contributes to you feeling beautiful? Who has made us believe that we have a right in how other people feel about themselves? Now, okay. I'm just going to be taking a few hands. Tavo, do you think? So, since all of you have told me your opinions, not all of you, but some of you, and I think we heard what others have to say and what others feel about themselves. Now, slavery. I I want to ask you, what do you think slavery means? Where does the word slavery derive from? Where does it come from? You know, as you can see on the board, I have associated the word slavery with a lot of other words: being enslaved, prejudice, colonization, apartheid, racism, slave, and color. What is slavery? Or what is a slave? How do you see that this person is a slave? Where did where did you first hear the word slave? Have you seen slavery? Have you experienced it? Okay, now I'm just going to be asked, just answer one question. I apologize for asking too many questions at the same time. What is slavery, or what is a slave? I'll be taking a few hands now. I need you to tell me. All right, I've written other statements on the board, but before we get to this one, I want to talk about what Tabo said. Tabo said, a slave is a person who is owned by another person and has to obey their rules and follow everything they say. Do you guys realize how harsh that is? Is that humanity? It's not. And which race do we know have been slaves before? Some are still are mentally enslaved. I want you to think about what Tabo said and how it makes you feel. You can discuss it with your partner for so long. So, wait, before you discuss it with your partner, there are three other statements I've written on the board. Karabo umuntle. Karabo is beautiful. Ukarabo umuhle, umuhle, ukarabo. Now, from what I've written on the board, you're probably asking yourself, what does beauty have to do with slavery? Right? How do the two go together? Now, discuss what Tabo said about what a slave is and discuss what beauty has to do with slavery. Discuss it with your partner. I'll get feedback from you before the lesson ends. You've already done so much from just knowing the title of the story. You are able to predict what it could be about. As I asked you, how do you think slavery and beauty are related? Also, you were able to skim through it, scan it, and find contextual clues from the story about what is it about, what does it explore, which factors and which topics are you going to talk about from the story. You also discuss the main idea, characters, and setting, and how to identify them using Wrights's vocabulary, right? Now, Karabo is Beautiful is a story about a little girl, almost same age as you, same grade as you, who attends a multiracial school where obviously there are more whites and Indians than there are coloreds and Africans. And this is probably due to slavery. This is probably due to colonization. How black people live today was was contributed to by both slavery, apartheid, and colonization. So one day, Karabo went to school with her big afro, with a big smile, feeling beautiful. And then she gets to class, and one white girl says, "Oh, your hair is so big. Doesn't it make you feel uncomfortable? And why does your hair have to like face up instead of facing down?" Now, from this, you can just hear that this girl was mocking Karabo. She was mocking her, and she was making fun out of her hair. She was making her feel as if her hair isn't beautiful, and how she looks isn't beautiful. Now, Karabo had insecurities. She spent the whole day at school feeling sad because of what this white girl said. Now, I want you to read with your partner. Just read the first part because today we're only focusing on the first part. And tell me how it makes you feel. Tell me how you would have reacted if you were Karabo. And tell me how slavery contributes to what the white girl said and how black people are perceived by the world today. Now, from reading the story, can you identify the plot, the setting, and characters? And tell me which words tell you that this is the plot, or this is the setting, or this is the character. How do you identify those things? And what do you think the plot is? What do you think the theme of the story is? Some would obviously say beauty, some would say slavery, or some would say beauty influenced by slavery, or the influence of slavery in beauty. Now, I have provided you with these cue cards to share with your partner, and one of them reads as follows. Through fossil bones and DNA, science has proven that all humans come from Africa. This means that the story of human beings is the story of Africa, and the story of Africa is the story of all humankind. This means that as much as we have been lied to, well, obviously there's a saying that the story is always told from the perspective of the conqueror. History is always told from the perspective of the conqueror and the conquered. And as we can see, Africans were conquered, and obviously as a result, our history was abolished. Our history was fabricated, and they lied about so many things to make us feel less than what we are. And this story, today's lesson, is about telling you that you are beautiful as a black child. You are beautiful as an African child. There is nothing wrong with your afro. We have hair that defies gravity. We have skin that doesn't get burnt by the sun. We are the first original human beings on this planet. And we possess qualities that make us immune to so many diseases, immune to so many wars and so many losses. Now, to show that you understood the story before we come to the end of our lesson, I need you to tell me to define plot, define theme, define setting, define characters. And for your homework this week, you are going to be writing a story where you tell me that this is the characters, or this is the theme, this is the setting, and I know this because I know this because. I'm also going to give you a short quiz just to analyze and test if you understood me. angithi when I mangibuza ukuthi nonke niya understand yeah man yes ma'am ngithi nonke niya understand ngithi so ngifuna ukubona vele ukuthi did you understand what I was saying ne